Jet white dove, snow like snake. Time has turned its face from the edge of mystery, where running is no race. Ageless night, careless day, fate reaches out a hand to touch the edge of destiny. A story with no end. Tarot cards, tarot phenomenon, tarot cards wherever you can.
Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Could Have Been a Classic. So, this is episode 8 of Could Have Been a Classic. We've explored some interesting things during this series. I've been getting into, how do you say it, early 1970s children's TV programmes. Gosh, boy, I've got 2 fans on, it's sweltering. I've got all the windows open. So, where do we start? Ace of Wands. Right, Ace of Wands, yes. It's an interesting one, is Ace of Wands. As you can see, I'll play the music again. This is Ace of Wands from 1970 to 1972. And the music just does your head in. You can't get the song out of your head. I've had it in my head all weekend. I wish I'd... Right, there we go. Right, Ace of Wands. It ran for 3 seasons, starring Michael McKenzie, Charles Roy Holder, Petra Markham. Oof, it's lovely. She is lovely. Donald Lane Smith and Ozymandias the Owl. Right, this is a weird one because you're going to love or hate this. Right, I vaguely remember this as a kid. Now, a couple of my friends have watched a couple of episodes on my recommendation, and they don't know how to react to a lot of this. The character Taro, well, he's just... Right, the first 2 seasons were lost. First 2 seasons were lost. They got wiped, which, you know, I am hungry to see the other 2 seasons of this. Because one of his assistants was Savlon Glitz from Doctor Who. Do you remember Savlon Glitz? He's got like 2 people that follow him around. Well, Taro is this, like, he's got telepathic abilities and he's very sort of psychically connected, and he's an illusionist and he does tricks, but he knows about other things and tricks of the mind and this. And it comes across, it starts off as an episode in a market's meant to be cursed, this market in East London, and he goes to investigate and he meets the new 2 assistants. One's a photographer, Chaz. I really do like Chaz's character, and he's a bit of an inventor, a photographer, and his sister, she's psychic as well. She connects with Taro, and from then on there's all these weird adventures where they're in these situations that are meant to be dealing with strange things. Well, I sat through the whole season because they're all on YouTube, but they're not in order. You've got to try and sort of work it out. And I find the old Taro thing, there is something in this that makes it a classic, and I want to see more. And it's created by PJ Hammond, who wrote Sapphire and Steel. You can't, I mean, this is where this starts becoming a classic. Just the name PJ Hammond, he wrote some Doctor Who, and he did a lot of other stuff. And the guy wrote some out there stuff. I mean, Sapphire and Steel, it's to even call that Could Have Been a Classic is a total insult. It is a classic, it's established. Now, I must have been 5. I remember this from school. Now, watching the documentaries, apparently lots of adults used to come running home. From what I remember at 1970, we had outside toilets, coal fires and a tin bath, what you had a bath in. But it starts off in this really depressing market, and he's walking down the street like a dandy in really outrageous clothes, cruising about, and everybody looks bloody depressed, you know, in 1972 and 70. And there's him, and this is what makes him interesting, because there's something that draws you into this series. Petra Markham, she's stunning. I mean, she's great. I thought at first she whines a bit, but she don't. She grows on you, and you end up. Her brother's, he's a bit of a ding dong, you know. But even he, after a season, after like one of the stories, you get with it. There is some insane bits. I mean, like when they're in communication, it's all this with their eyes, like he goes into a trance and they can sense each other when they're in danger. And it just sort of touches on psychic and that and weird. And you get these sort of insane villains in it. You know, you get these really out there villains with, like, there's a tranny granny. Who's got an army of grannies, who's the major, who kidnaps a general, and he's got the power of hypnotism, which he picks up in India, and he's going to restore Britain back to what it was. You know, he's really set in his ways. And Taro goes in there and defeats him. There's another one, he's from Porridge, I forgot his name, the actor. He was the nice prison guard. Well, Brian Summer, he's just going round staring at people, altering the realities, and he gets people to drop money off from a bank heist, which nobody remembers doing. And Taro goes to fight him, and obviously they defeat him. And there's these insane storylines, and some of it don't make any sense. And then you start touching upon, it's a classic in a lot of ways, because the setup is great. They've got an amazing bit like studio where they work from, which is weird clicking now. The mystical eye Ozymandias, who can sense stuff. They live on a boat. He's got a different car in every episode. He's got from a Mercedes to a Transports. He's just, where does he get the money from? And they're all on these like insane adventures in every episode. Now, as I'm sat here watching this, and the bloody music, that music is just going round in my head all the time. I sit there and I think, there's something about this series which makes me want to watch more. And then you get into the final story of the beautiful people. And it's insane. You've got these 3 people going round, giving away electric appliances. Because back then you had to save up for a food mix. All this were like luxury items. And they were giving it away, and she... Petra Markham, she's the journalist, she starts investigating. But they're weird, because all these, like, they don't like normal people, so all these appliances blow up and things happen when people take them on, and they get off on it. And there's this fella and 2 women. Well, one of them, she's got the powers of Taro as well, but Taro defeats them, and they go following them back to their base. Now, I'm thinking, are the robots or aliens? And they go to this mansion, they break in, and all 3 of them, because he's defeated them, they're all rather weak, because they think they're better. They're only into beautiful people, and they're better than them. They're on these beds asleep, connected to the computers from UFO. You remember them computers in UFO? God, recognising props. So we got that. And Chaz, it's like he goes in and blows up the computer, and suddenly, bang, they're all gone. So you've got Taro, who's like, is he a wanker or not? I mean, I don't know to me. Is this character a class A wanker or what? I don't know. I love him, but I find him annoying. Like, he's so bloody perfect, and everything works out because he's ahead of it all. That they go in, the idiot, the ding dong, Chaz, he creates this explosion, and they all get blown up on final episode, and that's it. They're all like, boom! And this Taro, he is, as a character, he's quite up his own arse a bit, I thought. But he's like likeable with it and annoying at the same time. And they're like his 2 like ding dongs that follow him about everywhere. And they all walk into this situation where these 3 beautiful people have got this weird pointless agenda which don't make any sense. And this computer, now the aliens are robots, all being controlled, because they call the computer Mama and Papa, and they walk in there, and he says, "Oh, I'll blow it up." And he's going, okay then. You know, he's in his suit and his outrageous clothes and this. And bang, it all blows up and they're gone. And it got cancelled after that. And I will edge of my seat going, what the bloody hell is going on? And I've had to sit through that 20-odd episode, getting my head done in of these completely, totally, utterly insane storylines, which somehow just draw you in. Now, why is this a classic? Firstly, the theme tune. Secondly, PJ Hammond. Thirdly, the storylines. Fourth, the villains. And five, the look. This is a classic. It could have been a classic. It should have got a fourth series. You know what I mean? Ace of Wands was total genius for its time. I don't know, he's so up his own backside that he's entertaining to watch. And these two assists, these two ding-dongs here, I love them. It is insane, because it never explains anything, but you go with it. And the theme tune, you can't get it out of your head. So, for me, just PJ Hammond alone, the writer, I think Ace of Wands could have been a classic, and it is to me. I do recommend this to check out, guys. It's going to do your head in. See, back in 1970s, there was some insane children's programmes out there. King of the Castle. My God, I've just sat through that, and that just totally did my head in. I watched Sky, about this alien kid from wherever turned up on Earth, used everybody, got to future, and then because Earth were trying to reject him, and this is a kid with all this psychedelic effect, and they got into future, and he fucked over everybody else, and then the chaos times are coming, and then the kid who went back, they all forgot about it, so it never happened. And there was all the Children of the Stones, don't get me out, that's just worthy of a review on its own. And there were all this like weird stuff back in the 70s, and I was like 5 or 6. It does make you wonder why a lot of our generation is like what it is. If we were watching this type of stuff, they wouldn't dare make it today. It was so advanced beyond its time. But this was replaced, I can't knock it, by the Tomorrow People. The Tomorrow People came out the year after, and that did run for nearly 9 years. So to me, I think Tarot is a Tomorrow person. I don't know. This should have got another season. It was popular. Students loved it. Adults watched it, and it had this like Avengers feel in a weird sort of way. You know, it had that coolness factor. And like I said, the writing for a lot of programmes back then, because they didn't have big budgets and they had to do what they could, made this intense. I really thoroughly enjoyed this, you know. And I'm just going to say thank you to the network DVD organiser. I'm so glad they exist, because we can get this stuff. The transfer's good to this DVD. But I'm going to say this could have been a classic. Definitely keeping this. And do you know something? You can keep watching them, because it's insane. It's totally insane. So that's my review of Ace of Wands. But wait till you get to the final episode, guys. Do you know what I mean? So I've got to do it. We've got to go out on the music. You know, listen to this.
Faith reaches out a hand.
It's insane. The music, it's in your head all day. This is why this is a classic. So I will see you on my next video. And I had to go on about 1970s TV series. I'm going to do a big review on a lot of that. So guys, have a great day. Ace of Wands, man. Give it a look. I'll see you on the next video. Have a great week, guys.